The groups who seem to speak for everybody now are advocating, hey, let's let all these immigrants in, illegal. And some of these advocates are people who are already here who are immigrants, legal or not, and they're suddenly everything belongs to them. And then, like so many here in this country, they don't stop and think, hey, we give it all away, what's left for us? I want to ask you people to think a bit about all the immigrants illegal who have come into this country, and because the law wasn't enforced then, it's created this havoc, and it is a havoc that so many illegals are there, and people think they should be able to vote, that you're depriving them of something. When they're here illegally, they use their children, having a child, as a reason to stay, or you're being mean to them. A lot like unwed mothers. And some of them, I'm talking about unwed, that do this to get on welfare. And then they blame the system if their child is hungry or not fed, doesn't have clothing. More and more of the welfare system or money coming in free. Get out and work. Think about, and you don't have to have the so-called Planned Parenthood. You know, if you're able to have a baby, then you know that you and your husband, it takes two to tango. You should take care of your own, not turn it over to a welfare state and say, hey, this belongs to me. You're hurting my child. And therefore you take WIC, you're automatically going to get a home out of it, an apartment, a place to live with that child after all the government owes you. Well, now you're bringing all the illegal immigrants in, or legal, or so they are entitled. Then you bring the illegals in, and they're entitled. Why? Why are they entitled? Do you want them to take your Social Security because they're entitled to homes when they come in? You've got all these people making you feel guilty that you don't turn over everything to somebody else. If you got rid of the illegals, that should be everybody else, if they commit a crime and they aren't caught, or they rob a bank or whatever the crime is, they aren't caught. There's statute of limitations on some things, but these people have gotten away with living a darn good life. And if you took, I don't know how many they're saying are here now, using the system. They got a good home. They had children. They're educated. They've got health care. They've got college. And now they're all entitled for some reason. Because they came here illegally, you're a crook and a mean SOB for wanting them to not have the freebies anymore, and they have no right to be here. Just like in England, Germany, Europe, the import of illegals and refugees. I don't like what caused the refugees to have to run from their home. I have nothing against Syria, or all right. In fact, I think that was planned, the whole thing, for the purpose of what's happening now. You don't have to put a bomb, you just flood on Europe, or it's going to happen here too. It's happening now. The input of illegals here. Once illegals get in, they are entitled. They're entitled to what's yours. How much are you going to give away? Your jobs, your taxes and everything paid for, their education, then their health, their all this. So what if they just suddenly decide, and it's popular then, that they take your home? Well, you owe us your home. We're entitled to that. When does it stop? When you have nothing left? You're letting the media control you. The media tell you what to do, and I'm going to tell you something here, and I will probably have a real, if anybody even, they don't want to tell about me, all right? You're Your press is controlled by the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, Bilderbergers, the Kennedy clan, the Illuminati, the global government, your Freemasons. And I can bet you that so much of this is, well, if you don't get the press to cover something, the news that's so important is deleted and has been for a long time. But they are responsible. They're the Obama met with Zuckerman in taking down really some of the truth, real truth that for once it's been put up on Facebook and social media. So what's happening now? The mainstream media and all of them now have deleted the real news. So when do you wake up and say enough's enough? When it's all gone and you don't have a say so to your government anymore, because now it belongs to somebody else.